Hey everyone, welcome to Link to Expert Goodreads Authors Corner. You guys, you're listening to goingboldmedia.com. So all of our wonderful guests and our wonderful hosts are right there. Just go to goingboldmedia.com and check it out. We have a very special guest here today. She's one of our elites. And you know, our elites, those of you that don't know what an elite guest is, they're very special because they help us, they support us, and we continue to work together as a collaboration. And we want to do that with the experts because we really want to be able to share with you all of the wonderful information and their expertise as we move forward in our lives. And so we've got the Author's Corner here today. We're going to talk about we've got like 4 different books that she's written. It's absolutely fabulous. So those of you that don't know me, I am Cece Schatz. I'm the doyenne of relationship building. I have my good friend here, Joanne Weiland. Joanne, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Joanne Weiland, Weiland when you can fly. And what Cece was talking about too with the experts that we love to bring on, many of them also, of course, are authors, like today's guest, Maureen Famiano, and she has written, like Cece said, 4 books. And the reason that's so important, some people might not realize it, but that skyrockets your credibility. When somebody considers hiring you as an expert, if you have published a book, if you have written a book, and especially like Maureen's has several bestsellers, and that is just incredible. So we're really excited to her to share her stories today, because a lot of times she is the one that tells everybody else's story, and we'll tell you more about it as we bring her on. So welcome, Maureen.
Hi, ladies. Thank you. Nice to be here.
Well, I can just tell you, I've known Maureen for years, and we're friends, and literally people think I'm the networking queen, but I actually believe she has me beat because she's always everywhere. I mean, I know, like, a member of the Center Club. I used to be a member, and I was on several committees, and she still is. And I think you're even on the board, aren't you, at the governor's board?
I am, yes.
I mean, that's people that aren't from Tampa, Florida. That's really incredible. I was on the ambassadors council, but the governor's board is even above that. So congratulations. And I mean, and all you do for like the Girl Scouts, you are always there to lend a hand, help people, you know, to really what I call be all they're designed to be. I mean, all these clients that you help to get the exposure, because my one saying is always be seen, be heard, be known worldwide with ease. She really does do that as well. Help you be seen, be heard, be known worldwide with these. I mean, she gets you on all these different programs. So I before we talk about your book, I just thought we share a little bit more about your company and the MEFMedia, because of the fact that I know, for an example, when I looked at Google, just as an example, she had over 50 images right there in the beginning. I mean, you just pull it up. There she is, 28 pages of videos. I mean, this woman is always making sure she captures the moment and shares it with the world. I mean, it's just phenomenal. So Maureen, if you don't mind, let's first talk about your business and why you got into this, because I think it started out with your prior career, but tell us from your perspective.
Well, that was certainly a very nice intro, Joanne and Cece. Thank you very much. I think we should just stop right here. No, thank you very much. Yeah. Hi, everybody. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining this lovely program. Yeah, my background, Joanne, is broadcast television for 30-something years. I'm only 35, wow. So how did that happen? Kidding. As we were talking about children before this, but my joy is storytelling. I started in college knowing what I wanted to do, and I did it. Went to college studying journalism. I was a reporter on air in college my senior year. I went to Ithaca College in New York, and then continued through my journey. I was a reporter for 10 years in New York, all around upstate. I'm from Syracuse, go Orange. And then I moved into producing. So for me, I always love the creative part of it. So it's not only telling the story, it's telling different parts of stories, what's happening in the news, what's happening in our communities, and just showcasing it in a newscast, you know, different newscasts. You focus on local, regional, national, whatever that case may be. And I enjoyed that. I moved to Tampa Bay in 96, working with WFLA Channel 8 for 17 years as a 11 o'clock producer, 6 o'clock producer, 5 o'clock producer, special projects, election coverage, hurricanes, all that stuff. And then I got married during this time, had children, didn't see my children. And I said, no, I can't do that. So I freelanced for a long time. And that was my time, my hours that I wanted to do. So I could spend time with my kids. Why did I have a family if I couldn't be with them?
Right.
And I really, in that time, I was able to keep my foot in the door. So when I went back, I went into morning show television, which is kind of like the third or the fourth hour of the Today Show or Good Morning America, where you could tell stories, not the breaking news of the day, but you can inspire or motivate or teach. And I love that. 7 segments every day. And just every day was a new challenge, a new way to help people be better and feel good about the world. It's pretty crazy and amazing. And just helping to get people on their way. And thinking about how much time did I spend doing what I did? Me, not my team, but I personally booked more than 14,000 guests on my shows. 14,000. That's a lot, which I was surprised when I did the math at one point. I was like, wow. And that's not as a reporter. That's not in news. It's just in my world of morning show television. So that's a lot of people that I've had the chance and joy and privilege of working with and helping them with their messaging to make them stand out more. And you're right. If you are an author, you can use that to your advantage. It kind of gives you credibility because you're an expert in something and it can take you to the next level. But a lot of people don't know how to put themselves out there because they know what they do in their career or their job or their business. But then what? They don't know how to tell people what they do and how they can help other people. Well, that's where I come in. I breathe, I live it, I sleep it. It's a no-brainer for me. Don't ask me to do your banking. Don't ask me to do an oil change. But this is what I do and I love to do. So I pivoted to start my own company based upon people liking how I was guiding them in my television world. And the rest is kind of history. Sorry for the long intro.
That's wonderful.
No, I love it. I'm curious.
Sign on collaborative, and you definitely are like that, Maureen, because all of your books, all 4 of your books, and I'm going to put them up just real quickly here, but all 4 of your books are collaborative books. So it's amazing that you've done so many. One, is a bestseller, The Best Business Minds in Tampa Bay. Then Step Into Your Brilliant Purpose, How to Maximize Your Network. And we're going to talk about here too, Slaying Tampa Bay. And so all of them are collaborative books, which are very, very important because you not only move through your success, but you take others with you, and you help them as you move forward in their lives. And these books, I think, are very, very important, and they show that for sure.
Well, that's very nice of you. And I was honored to be asked to be a part of each of them. And I'm just one of the participants. I'm not the lead. I'm just a participant. And for me, it's always a matter of let's learn from each other. Truly, we're better together. We just are. I have a motto, together we win. I believe it. I kind of live it. And what if? It's my journey. It's my TEDx talk. It's what I referred to in a few books. It's about we all have the potential every single day if we believe and trust our gut. And what if we gave ourselves a chance? So in these different collabs that I was invited to take part in, they've all done very well. I've been able to be a part of it, use it to my advantage, help people grow. So it's been a lovely journey that I wasn't expecting and I'm happy to be a part of.
That's terrific.
Well, and it's so true. People don't realize it, but because myself, I've been in 3 collaborative books and I know you have the 4, but the point is, it's just like real life that when you're trying to market yourself and you're doing it by yourself, you can only reach so many people. When you're in these collaborative books, and depending on which book you're in, but anywhere from 20 to 40 different authors in there, when they're out there promoting the book too, it's amazing. I mean, that's why I know you and myself have become #1 international bestsellers because of that. And it's really a no-brainer, but when you really think about it, like you said, together we win. And you said that on your TED Talk, and I thought that was brilliant. Not many people actually, they talk about creating a TED Talk, but you actually did that too. And that's what I also want everybody to realize with Maureen. She doesn't just talk the talk. She actually walks the walk with writing the books and stuff like that. Because think about this too, everybody. When I was saying about the the networking queen, and I don't really know if that's a flattering term, because sometimes when people say that to me, I feel like, ugh. But yet 14,000 guests that she brought on. I mean, how many of us even know 14,000 people that you could just name, let alone talk to, invite to be on your show, interview them? I mean, there is a world of difference. I heard the average person, has 100 people in their database. So I don't know. I'm just curious, even with that, was it a specific geographic or demographic, or what was it how did you find all these people?
No, if you think about it, every day we have to produce 7 segments for a newscast, for a morning show. 7 segments. You do the math time, however many years. That's a lot of guests that we had to every single day in a calendar bring that many people on, plus their posses and plus their friends who come with them, all that kind of stuff. But these were just guests on the show. No, I didn't know half of them. And no, I couldn't list them all. And no, after I started and pivoted my business, did I reach out to them to say, hey, remember we had fun when I had you on our shows? I wasn't keeping in touch with any of them. But somebody asked me really, do you really know what you're doing? Do you really know how to do something? It was some sort of conversation like that. I'm like, well, I think I do. And I kind of did the math, like how many times have you driven a car? Like a lot. But then you figure out like, okay, every, once a week, whatever, a lot. And then I was like, wow, that's a lot of people. And it's not only people that I run into that I'm like, that's a great story. I think you should be a guest on our show. I had a gentleman in my neighborhood who had a holiday party a number of years ago, and he had a cheese board before charcuterie was key. And I've liked cheese and crackers forever, by the way. But I said, what? And he was a cheese connoisseur and a cheese expert. I'm like, what?
Whoa,
there's such a thing? And I said, that's fascinating. And if, I don't know, I'm kind of your average person. If I think it's fascinating, I think the viewers would find it fascinating.
Absolutely.
Right. Sure enough, I brought him on. I kind of launched his media career and had him on both shows that I did in Tampa because it was just fun. It was cheese, but cheese differently than you thought of before. And that's just one kind of odd, cheesy, random example of finding a guest. Others would be, you'd watch reality shows, and I don't really watch too many anymore, but when they were really kind of starting out, we'd have a local person on, America's Got Talent or American Idol or whatever. And then I'd hear they were from our area and I'm like, what? Whoa. That's crazy. So I would kind of use social media to sort of stalk them, to find them and say, hi. So congratulations on however they were doing, but I'm a local executive producer in Tampa Bay. I'd love to have you on our show when you come back, whatever the case was. And they would be like, really? And I would be like, yes. And we'd have the dance back and forth, kind of like you guys booking your guests. And then they would come on and it was just fun. So, those are examples, plus everyday things, or sometimes you get pitched people, people that want to, showcase what they're doing in the community or other things. So it was a combination of all of that led to all of those bookings. That was just me. My team also booked. So you need a lot of bookings though, if you're having segments a day. That's a lot.
7 a day. And you know what I always love too, that you're so diverse. Like, for example, we're both members of the Indo-US Chamber, and she goes to most of their events. And there's so many others like that I know that you're part of, like I said, about the Girl Scouts, the Center Club, but also even the Women in Leadership, the Tampa Bay Business, the Wealth Magazine and Wealth Magazine. I mean, you're always at these events and you're always getting to know different people of all different backgrounds. And I just think that's fascinating because so many people, even if they do have the 100 friends that we were talking about, but they're very similar, to each other, and nothing against that. But I think with you being so diverse and having so many diverse types of groups and friends, that is one of the reasons that you can help so many people, because you also know who really needs to know who to make something happen.
Well, that's so nice of you to say that, Joanne, but I believe in learning about different cultures and really embracing uniquenesses. Like they just had Diwali, which was...
I was going to say, you were just there.
Right. I just went to their event. I've been to the lovely events that they have every year, just all kinds of things. It's amazing and just lovely and just It's just fun. So for me, it's not a matter of, I don't even think of it that way. I just think of it as opportunity, as I would like to meet new people. Perhaps they would like to meet, me, or see what I can bring to the table, or just have connections. Like beyond I'm not transactional. I go a little bit deeper. I think it's more meaningful and matters more. And I think the world is so kind of transactional. And I think we can tell if it is that if you can have a rich, warm relationship build, it goes much further. And it's just, it's amazing.
Absolutely. Now, how long were your segments? You said you did 7 in the morning. So how long are the segments, each segment?
It depends. Sometimes they could be, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, depending upon the show. Sometimes if it was a really kind of a good guest, we might keep them on for 2 segments. Example, I would work with, I went to Nashville, which was kind of an interesting, at the time, really great opportunity. And I met a lot of unique country artists in Nashville and had great opportunities with them. I covered the ACMs in Vegas and in Nashville. It was just amazing. And sometimes when they would come to town, I would bring them on our show and they would come to Tampa Bay. So in that case, I would bring them on for an interview. So that would be 1 segment, a 3, 4, 5 minute interview, because it was a great contest, a great guest. And then they would perform. Like I had this was not Nashville, but I had Yanni on, David Foster on, a lot of the American Idol people on. So when you get a big guest like that, you don't want to say, we have 4-minute segments. That's the time you have. You've got to be able to oodle a little bit, like, hello, we're going to change the format a teeny bit because of the caliber. Not that everybody's not worthy of that, but of the caliber of the guest, to give them a little bit more time, because hello, we want to take advantage of it. Right. Jimmy Fallon, when he was taking over for Jay Leno, he came to NBC. He was doing the tour of NBC stations around the country. And I remember I was kind of in charge of, okay, so what are we going to do with him coming? So I was like, okay, what are we going to do? Because I always kind of have some kind of cool ideas. I was like, okay. So we had guests who came, of course. Everybody wanted to come and see who's this new guy, although they knew him from SNL. But I said, let's do something that we could bring nocturnal animals, which was kind of funny. This is going to take a little while, I'll make it short. But nocturnal animals from Busch Gardens that we could bring on and have it be fun and engaging, in addition to doing some things in the community where people would ask questions and he'd answer them, and he was willing to do it. And then we had guests in the audience that were like, sales contacts and, advertisers who were there. So it was pretty funny. So when we had the nocturnal animals, there was like I think a skunk, an owl, I could be wrong, another critter, and then drum roll, no kidding, like 18-foot long boa constrictor that was this thick, crazy, that it took like, I don't know, 6 of us to hold up. I wasn't, because I'm behind the scenes, but Jimmy, our 2 hosts, 2 handlers, it was crazy and funny, and they were willing to do it. But there were some incidents where it was just hilarious. The snake ended up having to go to the bathroom, which snakes go to the bathroom, who knew? And it was after we went to break that all of a sudden it sounded like the pipes in the studio burst. We're like, what just happened? Well, there were no pipes bursting. You know where I'm going. It was the snake bursting. So hilarious and so funny. And Jimmy Fallon was like, it was hilarious. But those are great memories and times and occasions that I couldn't predict that. But it was just fun. It was fun. We try to have fun. Try to have fun, people. Have fun, levity, have fun. Life's fun.
Exactly. Yeah, I love it. I agree. And after the break, I'd love you to share, both your story, but also the way you just help so many people tell their story all the time. Because I really feel like people don't realize it, but if people know your story, they can relate with you much better than if they just think of you as, somebody that they don't know or understand. So I love that you help people tell their story.
Absolutely.
Your passion, for sure. Thanks.
Make sure that you guys can get a hold of Maureen, and you just go to Maureen, Maureen, at MEFmedia, MEDIA.com. Again, her business is MEFmedia.com. So just check out her website. And, those of you that are interested in being on her show, she's got a lot of things that she does, a lot of bookings give her a call or email her, I should say, and check out her website and contact her, because I'm sure she would love to be able to get you on a great show like ours. And we would love to be able to have you on and be able to share your story. So that would be important. So again, it's Maureen at MEFMedia.com. I don't know why I'm doing that. MEFmedia.com. So we'll be right back. You guys are listening to Link to Expert Goodreads, and this is the Author's Corner. We'll talk a little bit more about the books when we get back. Bye for now. Just hang on.
Hi, I'm John Thomas. I want to share with you a professional products and services directory we call Going Solo Directory. And you need to check this out. If you want exposure to your business or are seeking professional product or services, this directory has it all. And that membership, for the many special features, you get the benefit of a worldwide exposure with a 40-minute video interview on an international business show showcase. All this for just one low annual fee. For more information, contact GoingSoloDirectory.com.
Welcome back to GoingBoldMedia.com. You guys are listening to the Link to Experts. This is a Goodreads show, the Author's Corner, and we are so glad to be able to be with you here today. I am Cece Schatz, the Joanne of Relationship Building, and I have my good friend here, Joanne Weiland. Joanne, I want to be able to share with the audience a little bit about you. You are the Chief Connections Officer and the founder and collaborative cloud community called linktoexpert.com. Those of you that don't know what that is, check it out. Go to linktoexpert.com. It is really where all of the experts connect and they share each other. They do marketing, do all kinds of things. Tell us a little bit about linktoexpert.com.
Well, I think most of us have great ideas and new projects, or even projects that we've been working on for a long time that we haven't finished. And most of us ask ourselves on a regular basis, how am I going to do this? How, will this work? How long will it take? But I challenge you to instead ask yourself, who can I get to help me with this? Who can I hire to get me in front of more people, like with Maureen, that's going to be coming back in a couple minutes, that who can really help me finish this project? Who can help me implement this idea? Because it really doesn't matter how many ideas we have. It matters how many we finish and bring to market. So that's why Link to Expert was created, because we can't always know what to do or how to do it, but there's always somebody else out there that does. And many times you have to put a whole team together that knows the different hows, because most of us don't know everything. Like Maureen said earlier on the show, she don't call her to, mow your grass and, change your oil and stuff, because none of us know everything. But I just recommend that you go there. You can check it out. You can actually, put in what you're looking for, and it'll come up with different people that could help you implement your ideas and finish your projects and whatever it is you want to do. Or if you want to be known as the expert, and you want to speak at different events and stuff, we have all these different event professionals and different executives and entrepreneurs using it as a resource. We have over 85,000 articles, blogs, videos, podcasts, people, from our different experts that have written things, as well as even books. Like Maureen today has 4 books. So many of ours, of course, have their products as well. So we just invite you to join us. And we're so glad to be here with Cece, because Cece is a model of this. She's always collaborating. She's always helping people. She has so many different shows, so many different networks, so many unique guests. And because she truly understands the value of bringing different people to the world to share with them what they can do and how they can help you, because she understands too, we can't all do it on our own. So Thanks, Cece.
Well, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Those of you who want to check out what we do, just go to goingboldmedia.com. We have a lot of our experts on there. We have a lot of our what we call elite, right? And so our elite guests, and those are very special individuals like we have on the show here today. They are the ones that really go beyond the normal guests. They help us and they support us and they're there for us. And so we want to make sure that you get all of their information. Just go to the elite tab, check out all of our wonderful elites, click their name, and you'll have all of their information along with all of their links that you can be able to check them out. This show here is called the Goodreads Authors Corner. We talk about a lot of wonderful authors, and we're going to bring our wonderful author right forward here. Maureen, welcome back.
Hello.
Well, we love having you here with us, and you are very, very unique individual. Not only are you in the media field yourself, but you also are in these wonderful collaborative books. So tell us a little bit about the books, and then we'll go back to the media, because I think a lot of people are intrigued about what you do. But I want to make sure that we do cover the books here today. So tell us a little bit about I think we're going to talk a little bit about the latest book that you're in.
Sure.
Slaying Tampa Bay.
Sure. So happen to have my Vanna White pose right here. Here it is, Slaying Tampa Bay. It's on Amazon. And thank you for this opportunity again, Cece and Joanne. So this book is a collaborative in Tampa Bay. It's part of a series. They did one in Southwest Florida, Tampa Bay. They're going to go on to Nashville, Chicago, and LA, I believe. And what it is inspiring books or inspiring stories that if people share a journey of vulnerability, it might help somebody else get through a tough time, understand there is, life after a challenge, and up and a down. Life can't be always perfect. And even though some people profess to have that perfect life, there can be hiccups in the road, right? And it can be hard. So if you share, I'm a big proponent of that. If you share a journey or being an advocate for something, that can help somebody else get through it. And again, in this book, Slaying Tampa Bay, it is #1 on the Amazon bestseller list. It's been out now 2 weeks, I guess. It did go to #1, and it just is an inspiring book of essays from local women, all Tampa Bay related people, not related, but books, authors in the Tampa Bay area who shared their journeys. And I haven't been able to read all of them yet, but it's inspiring and thought-provoking, and just a journey of all of us sharing. So that's what that one's about.
That's beautiful. That's wonderful. And you are in other books, and some of the other books that Maureen is in is The Best Business Minds in Tampa Bay, Step Into, there you go. That's wonderful. Oh, that's part of RGA. Okay, wonderful. I know their group very well. And Step Into the Brilliant Purpose, How to Maximize Your Network. Okay, that's the next one. Step into your brilliant purpose. Okay. Right. And then How to Maximize Your Network.
And I don't have that one. That's the third one I did. I thought I had grabbed it, but I grabbed two of the same ones.
That's quite all right. And then Slaying Tampa Bay. So, you are an author in your right, definitely appearing in all of these wonderful collaborative books. So that is terrific. And again, we talked about at the beginning of the show how important it is to have some sort of book. And sometimes you're not, like for me, for instance, I will share is that I'm not a big writer. And so I get a little frightened, a little bit worried about that. And I'm also in a collaborative book. And I found that was the way to go, because I only had to write one chapter, right? I mean, so I was really, really into that. And so it helped me to be able to not only, find my voice, which of course we all know that I do very easily, but also to put it into written word. And so it was a very nice way to going about do it. But I think as far as like business goes, having a book or being part of it, even a collaborative book, is really a great thing to do for your business, isn't it, Maureen?
Oh, it really is. And congratulations to both of you for being a part of a journey of collaborative work too. It matters. It's important. And especially with all of us being so busy in our careers and our businesses, writing a 200-page book could be a little daunting. Mm-hmm. And, doing kind of baby steps into writing a chapter or writing a few chapters can be a way to ease into, I like that. We all have messages to share. We just may not have the time yet. So that's a great way to ease into it. And to your question, oh my goodness, it can totally be used to your advantage. I see that in the business that I'm in now. I've seen other people refer me out. I also do speaker series where I'm a guest speaker. I was just speaking to a cruise ship, to an NFL team, and they've used what I've done without me even knowing it to offer me up for being a guest speaker. So it's just kind of funny how it works. The point is, it takes you to another level. You need to use it for your own benefit. There's so many ways that I guide my clients on. When you have a book, use it XYZ, use it in your signature, use it in your resume, of course, use it when you're introducing yourself, even elevator speech things. But it takes you to the next level when you're trying to pitch, or I'm trying to pitch you to get media attention. All of a sudden, and it sometimes can't be fair, you're kind of even with another person. But if you are an author, they may look at you differently because you are published. So it does matter, and it can take you to another level.
That's terrific. I'm going to be, and as you shared, a speaker. I'm going to be a speaker on a cruise ship too. And so, and about dating. And so I'm kind of excited about that coming up in January. So it is very true that you can do a lot of different things in order to, even though it might be a little bit different from your actual business, that will excel your business. So we should think about that when we're looking into media and doing various different things that we can get on and do that. So that brings me to your actual business on booking and things like that. So tell us in maybe a small way, what exactly your business is and what you do for people to be able to help them. So if they're looking to excel in their line of work, what could you do to help them? So why don't you share a little bit of that?
Well, thank you for that, Cece. So what I like to tell people is my background in journalism has really prepared me to help people tell their stories better. I know I would get pitched every day a ton of stories for people wanting to come on my shows. Now I do it for other people getting on the shows that of the people that I work with. So businesses may be doing great things in the community, but if no one knows you're doing great things, then no one knows you're doing great things. It's so unfortunate. So as you earlier, Joanne, said that I do a lot of kind of nice things with a lot of people in our community. There are a lot of nonprofits out there, a lot of for-profits, a lot of medium-sized businesses that are doing amazing things. They just don't know how to showcase it, how to take it to the next level. And that's my sweet spot. I peel back the layers of a person's story. It's always their story, but I have the ability to listen well and pull back and pull out things that they don't share very much, that I say, that's what we need to use to showcase you, to take you to another level. It's always their story, but they just don't know the thing they should use. It's kind of like burying the lead. You've heard that phrase in news. When people bury their own lead, they're like, oh, that's not important. Well, it could be important. You're a mom and pop business. You are a veteran who's launched their own career. You pivoted after your family went to, on to their lives, and then you started something new. All of that could be something that I use with my clients to showcase who they are, to get them media attention. And I'm not talking media attention like advertising and paid commercials, not at all. It's figuring out what the pitch is. And I come up with these pitches every day to pitch to local media and regional media and national media to say, oh my goodness, we have this great story about XYZ. And because I can talk the talk, they listen. And I explain that to whoever is on the other end of an email first, then a phone call. And they're like, oh my goodness, you so get it. What do you have and what do you need? And it's the beauty of seeing that person getting that attention and going to the next level because they get that recognition that they deserved all along. That is just very joyful for me. And it helps them, be seen and be heard and be recognized for what they're already doing amazingly in our community. They just didn't know how to elevate themselves.
I think that's amazing. I was in New York one time. I did a publicity summit, and what they did is they went around, and the people, was part of it, and they went around and they did their pitches, and I was one of the ones they were pitching to see if they would want to be on our station, on our shows. And a lot of times what they were actually pitching wasn't really what the interest was, right? And so as I got to talking to them a little bit further, like you could pull out something that you think your audience would be relatable to or have an interest in. And I found that was something that they didn't know. See, they were always told to go this particular way, but then they didn't realize that they need to be a little bit broader, maybe a little bit open. So I like the idea of what you talk about, because I think you can allow someone to really shine and they don't realize they're shining, right? It's like finding that little star that they don't realize that they are, and bringing that out. So that's wonderful.
Well, a lot of times I find people that have, in my world, an area of expertise, they don't think it's that valuable because it comes so easy for them. They just know it, they understand it, they believe it, they do it, but they're not thinking it's important to anybody else, but they don't realize other people don't know how to do that. And
Right.
I think the same thing with their stories. They, especially like I work with a lot of nonprofits myself, and when they do something so unique and they don't realize it is because that was their passion, that is their passion, that's what they just believe they have to do. They don't realize they have to tell the world so that others can help them with that particular passion. So it is interesting how many of us, whatever is easy for us, we don't realize isn't easy for others.
Right. We're all unique, Joanne and Cece. We're all unique. We all have special gifts. And sometimes we don't realize the gift we have. And I think what people do a lot, and I've seen it all the time, is they promote what they do, not who they are. And I think if they promote who they are, that makes me connect with you because of our kids, our family situation, where are you from, all of that. Then I like you because of our relatability, our adaptability, our connectability. And then what do? Oh, I'm going to need that service or business or whatever. People kind of, I think, go at it a little differently. So I spin it and do what I do. And the beauty is in the stories I've been able to tell, the media that I've been able to get, local media that leads to regional media, that leads to national media, because the stories are important and relevant, and then watch the businesses grow. It's awesome.
That's wonderful. Well, you do a great job, and so we want to thank you so much for taking the time and being with us today. It's just awesome, and I agree with that. I think that when you can allow, I mean, there's a lot of people sometimes that do that particular business, but when you allow the person to really come forward and get to know them and get that relatability, it switches, it turns a little bit, and it becomes extremely unique. And so that's wonderful. And you do a really good job. So thank you so much for that. I want to make sure that I share again all of the information that people can contact you. Just go to Maureen, Maureen, at MEFmedia.com. And then, of course, her website's pretty easy. It's MEFmedia.com. So make sure you check her out. Well, we're going to have to close out the show. Are there any last words you'd like to share with our audience?
I would just like to say I can do what I do anywhere in the country or the world. I've worked with people overseas, Tampa Bay, New York, California, anywhere. It's just my passion. And, with the Zoom ability and planes, it's easy.
Absolutely. Well, that's
Good
wonderful.
point.
Yes, great point. And so again, everyone, please make sure you check out the various different books she had. We did highlight, of course, the one Slaying Tampa Bay, but there's oodles more, The Best Business Minds in Tampa Bay, Step into Your Brilliant Purpose, How to Maximize Your Network, and Slaying Tampa Bay. Just go on Amazon.com and put in her name, and you'll be able to find, I'm sure all of it might come up, and we hope that it will. If not, just maybe screenshot this, these names of these different books, and please do. And of course, go to our website, check it out. And all the information is right there. So thank you so much. We do appreciate you being on the show with us.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. What fun.
Yes, absolutely. Well, everyone, you're listening to Link to Expert Good Reads Author's Corner. I am Cece Schatz, and I have my good friend here, Joanne, Weiland, with me. Make sure you check out our website, goingboldmedia.com. All of our information is there. And of course, you will get Maureen's right there too. Just go on the Elite Guest and just click her page, and all of her information will come up and all the wonderful links. And we want to thank you guys so much for all of your listening, all your visiting with us here on our website. We do appreciate it, and we want to thank you so much. We will see you next time. Bye for now.